Right, tankers, it's Man and welcome back to another quick tank review, and today we're going to be looking at the Tier 7 British medium tank, the Comet. Right, so you get to here from the Cromwell, and at this point the Comet at the stock is a big downgrade from the Cromwell, and you will much rather be back in the Cromwell even in the Tier 7-8 game. Yeah, this package, boring, don't worry about it, it's going to stress you out massively. These two packages here, the Comet basically just becomes a bigger, slower Cromwell with more hit points and more gun depression, and that's all we can say about these. And it's not till you get to this package with the 77mm and the upgraded turret, but the Comet becomes the Comet and does what it does. What I will say though is, check out these stats with the 75mm, 15.38 rounds per minute, 145 pen and 135 alpha. And then we go to the 77mm, and rate of fire is that same. You get a whole 3mm of extra penetration, you get a whole 5 extra alpha damage. So what you don't get with this tank is a big jump up in performance when you get it fully upgraded, but the gun handling's good, and you get premium pen of 208mm with the APCR, and you will need a good stock of those if you expect to do well in higher tiered games, and even against well played equal tier heavies like a T29 hold down, IS sides grey bin, stuff like that. You've got no chance with the AP rounds. Anyway, that's enough of that. How that happened I don't know. Right, so here it is then. Let's have a look at basic stats. So armour, all I'm going to say about the armour is it's basically trash everywhere. A lot of people go on about how good the Comet's turret armour is when you use the whole 12 degrees of gun depression, but that's a bit porkies. If you look either side of the gun, the two cone shaped parts, they bring up numbers over 200mm, and they do that whether you've got no gun depression, loads of gun depression, or gun elevation, because of the shape, so it really depends on where it hits. The plate behind is 111mm, it says on here, but it's 101 on PC, and it's vertical. So even with your 12 degrees of gun depression, a 111mm plate is like 113 or something stupid like that. So, no matter what angle you're on, the only bits that will bounce are the two cone-shaped parts. Of course you will get some lucky bounces, and also you will get some unlucky penetrations from tier 5 tanks. And the rest of it is just pure trash. The idea with this tank is to use its mobility, its camo value, to scoot around the battlefield, getting in places where you can use that huge gun depression and try and just annoy people basically. It's one of those tanks that likes to pester people. Anyway, what should we look at next? Crew skills, don't have many in this. It's a tank I've bought back and it was a fresh crew. I would recommend, what's going on here, I would recommend you train camo, swap it to 6S. Train camo again, keep it. Then train repairs, swap it to brothers in arms. Then train repairs and swap it to muffled shot if you choose to play how I do. From here, probably repairs, snapshot, stuff like that, just your standard medium tank skills. And if you're going to play the Comet a lot, then you want some view range skills and maybe firefighting, because it does burn now and again. But if you're using a good gun depression, playing the tank properly, you shouldn't be exposing your hull. But then artillery can always set you on fire as well, which can be highly frustrating. On to my supplies then. This is still set up from when I was grinding barrel marks, but I would recommend at least 15 rounds of premium. The standard rounds are good enough for a tier 7 game and below, but most tier 8s and nearly all tier 9s can cause you huge dramas with 148mm of penetration. Most tier 7 heavies will give you dramas with that pen, and you can see you can roll as low as 111mm of pen. Yeah, trash penetration, but it's not about that, it's about flanking, about getting the sides of rears of tanks. I run T and pudding on this, just to give it the maximum DPM you can, and to bring up the view range along with the equipment I choose. It's not fitted anymore. I go for coated optics, medium caliber tank rammer, and vert stabs, just bog standard Comet, bog standard medium tank equipment. Works fine for me. I've tried ditching vert stabs for ventilation. Where's it gone? Can you not fit in? Well, there we go. The improvement in DPM you get is not worth losing that. Massive help from the vert stabs really, so definitely coated optics, rammer and vert stabs. On this tank as well, I would recommend always running camo here. I haven't got it on at the minute because I'm not playing it, but I always do when I do play it, because this tank likes to be a sneaky little bugger. But I really don't need to show you gameplay where you sit in a bush and snipe people, or just use its camo value. There's plenty of those up on the channel. I'll be leaving to some links to some other Comet videos. What I'm going to show you now is a Comet getting stuck in, down and dirty, in a tier 7 game.
We've got enemies in the area. Take them down or capture their base.
Right, tankers, so here we go. Comet on Fjord's top tier game. Well, so I mean, you can see the speed. It's fast, but like I said, it just feels like a bit of a downgrade after the Cromwell. The extra little bits you get from the Comet do help you play a lot. I mean, like the extra gun depression, I think it's 4 more degrees of gun depression. You get a little bit more turret armour, and a few more hit points, and what, 5 extra alpha damage, and 3mm of extra penetration. Right, so I didn't expect to get spotted straight away, so I changed my angle, get over the back of the dip, and I'm going for my little spot up here, which works in tanks with gun depression. When it doesn't work is when the tanks that are pushing up behind you don't push up that road to protect your bottom, and you get some surprise. I was going to say rude words then, but I'm going to. Right, so hit his ammo rack, aim for the same spot. Boom! Laders. So that's the whole T-34 one done in 2 shots. Right, so now, just working this position, getting unlucky, should be aiming a little bit lower, like that. And I'm just working there, rate of fire, the gun depression over this ridge, keeping them guessing, and keeping the fire going down. Remember, it only does 140 per shot. So to kill a tiger, to kill a tiger 1, you need to hit him 15 times, and there we go. There's my repair kit gone. Those guys there didn't push up, and I didn't notice they didn't. It's kind of my fault, really. Right, so T-34-1 pushes out. Come on, KV-3, get your ass up there. Miss another shot. There's a Hellcat there. So that position I was using, which would have been amazing, because quite a few of the enemy team's heavy tanks were sat in the middle there. I can't use it now. Right, so Hellcat's trying to be cheeky. Just eyeing up some shots. What I really want is for the KV-3 and the Churchill just to push straight up there, but the Churchill's going, KV-3 a little bit slower. Right, so we're pushing up. We know what's up there. And this is where I make a big mistake. Come round, didn't aim my shot properly, get tracked, and then the T-34-1 ammo racks me, takes out my driver, and I've used my repair kit already, so I've got to play the rest of this game with a duff ammo rack. Basically the reload's twice as long. Haven't quite noticed that my driver's out yet. Take another hit there. To be honest, I was expecting this game to be pretty much over for me now, and it almost was. This guy in the T-34 run really wanted me dead. He's going to try and rush me in a minute. Here we go, one more shot. Boom, he's dead. And we're winning this game easily now. I'm ammo racked, and I've just noticed my driver's out. There we go. Right, so we're trying to push back down to my little spot. Plenty of heavies in the middle to shoot. So there we go, gun depression, lovely. Hit the ISS ammo rack first shot. Would have been nice to ammo rack this guy as well, but I'm afraid it's not going to happen. So I'm being a bit cheeky, set the IS on fire, and there we go, kill number 3. Where's the KV-85? There he is. So there we go, only a tracking shot. Remember, with this penetration, you're going to have to aim your shots like that decently, otherwise Even tier 6 heavies or tier 5, whatever that was, can give you a problem. Right, so it's looking like the platoon of top tier heavies on the enemy's team is trying to cap the game out. Good idea for them, it's pretty much the only way they're going to win. So there's a Tiger. I'm ammo racked as well, and I've only got 400 odd health left. If I wasn't ammo racked, I would go into this situation expecting to do quite well, but like this, not so.
The enemy knows our location. Loaded and ready.
Right, I have to wait for my reload now, which is a bit annoying. Normally you just pop back in, pop back out, take your shot, but
Enemy armor is damaged.
if I reload this long in the Comet, you really can't just sit there. It's a miss, it's a shame. Right, on at the back. I don't want to expose too much tank, because like I said,
Dropping target.
the armour's not actually that good. Right, so Tiger T there, still on my standard rounds, and there, that's right, T29. Well done. Thanks a lot. Very lucky not to take a hit there. It's just this Tiger P left. Come on, come on. See, if I wasn't ranked now, pretty much would have had that kill, and maybe a little bit more damage done, but 4 kills, 25 tens. Yeah, I did vent my frustration slightly there. Right, quick look at results. 50k silver. Left some ops on by accident, obviously. But it's a good amount of XP towards my CDC. Master Ace tanker still at 3 barrel marks, 4 kills, 3,700 damage. Not a bad game at all. Right, there we go, tankers. The Comet at tier 7 does feel like a bit of a downgrade from the Cromwell once you get there. But when you get it full upgraded, you learn how to play it, use all of its strengths. It can be a very capable tank, and make sure you load some premium ammo for tier 8 and 9 games, otherwise you're going to be absolutely screwed. Right, there we go guys, hope you enjoyed the quick review. Give it a like if you did, and I'll catch you on the next one. Laters.